clear off my stage here. Delete, so I just have this one blank keyframe. And let's have some fun with this. Now that we've got this multiple symbol, we could go ahead and insert a new symbol. Call this face. And I'll just go out here and pick something. Draw something out here. Go here, get the circle expand multi. Drag a couple of those out there. And go back to scene 1 and pull an instance of the face out here. Let's go ahead, and that's really huge. Command 3 to frame the whole thing. Hit Q, and then that will let me scale this down to whatever I want. And now let's go ahead and test that movie. Command return. So we've got this guy's eyes here. Let me go back and edit that. Back into the face symbol. And let's go ahead and maybe I'll take that eye and make it bigger. And zoom in so I can expand that out. Command 3. Zoom back out. Same thing for this one. Zoom back in. Expand that out. Command 3. And then maybe I'll just add another kind of wow. Okay. Go back to the scene. It's a symbol, so it updates the instance out here. And I can expand this, make it bigger. And command return to test it. Whoa! So maybe that's a little bit too big. Go back, edit this. Now another way to edit this, instead of going over here, is you can do what's called edit and play. So by double clicking on it, the symbol, you go into face editing, you go into the symbol editing mode, and that way you can just do it right here on the stage. Let me zoom in here. Let's see if I can find that. Okay, so that's the symbol there. Whoops. Let me go ahead and scale that back down. And same with this, scale this back down. Go into wireframe. Whoops. Oh, when I'm having trouble moving this because of the scale, I just hit Q, turn off Q rather, and just go back to the select tool, and then that makes it easier for me to just move something. And then also I turn snap off too, which is up here under view, snapping, and uncheck all of these options so there's no snap going on. Sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't. I'm just turning it off right now. It just makes it easier to see. Go back out to the scene, test the movie. There we go. I could go back in here to my symbol, double click on this, I'm back in face again. And I could do something, I could combine, symbols, tween symbols with frame by frame symbols. So say I want to do something with his mouth here. Delete. Maybe I'll go here, add a new layer. I'll call it mouth. Blank keyframe. There. And I'll extend that frame out by using insert frame. And I also need to extend the rest of this, so I'll go ahead and extend that out. And I think I might even get a little tricky here. I'll call this eye still. And I'll go here and just draw something basically like that. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to hide these layers for a second. I'm going to grab the instances of the symbol that I laid down there, and I'm going to cut them. Edit, cut. So now they're gone. I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to say Annie for animated. I'm going to paste them in place. Edit, paste in place. So now they're back there. Turn on my wireframe there so I can see them. Turn these back on. And now for the animation, I'll just have the eyes. I'm not going to have them be all crazy at first. I'll have the animation start up here. So I'll drag this keyframe over to frame 15. So the eyes won't animate until they get to frame 15. Then I'm going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to extend this whole thing out to, let's say, 40 frames here. Whoops. Select that full range, right-click, insert frame, so everything gets extended out. And let's just test this. So I haven't animated the mouth, though I've got it on its own layer. I've just made it so that there's some drawn-in eyes that will get crazy on frame 15. So let's go back to the scene. There we go. Test it. Command return. And so there's a little pause before the eyes freak out, then they stop freaking out again. There we go. So I could go back into this symbol. Let's go to mouth here. And let's go ahead. This is just going to be very crude, but just to change it up a little bit. I'm going to insert a blank keyframe here. I'm going to turn on onion skinning so I can see. And I'll just open his mouth here. Wow. Like that. And I'll extend this frame out. Here. Insert frame. Actually, I'll just extend this whole thing out. Insert frame. Alright. Go back to my scene. Test the movie. Command return. There we go.